All right, today we are going to go over the bell work problems for Wednesday, September 9th. So again, we are given some scenarios and we are going to sketch and label figures that match the given information. So number 1 says we need to sketch two rays intersecting at point S going in opposite directions. So remember, a ray has one distinct endpoint and then goes forever in the other direction. So you're going to have an endpoint and an arrow on the other end. So let's look here. I have two rays because they both have endpoints and arrows. So they each have an endpoint and an arrow, which makes them rays. So I have two rays. They're crossing or meeting at point S, and they're going in opposite directions. If you look, one ray is going up and one way is going down. One has positive slope, one has negative. All right, number 2, we need to draw segment CD bisected by T. Remember, when you just have a line on top of your letters, that means segment. It has a beginning and an end. So here, again, this is not the only sketch that fits the scenario. It is one of the many possibilities. So we have segment CD. We have a beginning point and an end point, and we've labeled them CD. Remember, bisected means to cut in half. So that would mean point T is directly in the middle of C and D. So to show that T is a bisector, you have to show congruence. So remember, these little hash marks mean congruent segments. So this is telling us that segment CT is congruent to segment TD, which means point T must be a bisector. Point T is directly in the middle of C and D. All right, number 3, we want to sketch obtuse angle QRS. Remember, obtuse angles are more than 90 degrees but less than 180 degrees. If you look at this angle QRS, we know that point R is going to be the vertex of our angle. So remember, the vertex goes on the baseline of the protractor in that center spot. And here I have just drawn QRS as a 140-degree angle. Does it have to be 140 degrees? No. You just need to sketch an angle that has the vertex point R on the center of the baseline, is more than 90 degrees but less than 180 degrees, and then also has Q and S labeled on there. And number 3, sketch vertical angles, angle GXN and angle MXH. So here we go. Let's look at this sketch. Vertical angles are across from each other. So if you look here, angle angle GXN and angle MXH are across from each other. Vertical angles are also congruent, so that's why we have our little congruent statement here. So let's look, GXN, MXH. They're across from each other and they are congruent. So angle GXN is going to be congruent to angle MXH.